live, and we can't wait to follow up on our conversation with Kenya Freeman, fashion designer extraordinaire. She has a lot going on, even today. But we're going to get in these questions, follow up from our first interview, and then go from there. So get ready for an exciting live as we chat with Kenya about all things Project Runway, her Sheen collab, her Tory collab, her
Get ready
camp,
for an
and
exciting
all of those particular things.
as we chat with Kenya about all things Project Runway.
Perfect. All right, Kenya, I'm going to pull you in on Instagram. Lower that volume just a little bit more. Okay, we got it. We are good to go. And hello, everyone who is watching us here on YouTube and Twitch. Okay, Kenya, let me pull you up again. Hello, hello. Did you see the requests come up for Instagram? Hello, everyone. Give us a second. We're getting Instagram put in, and to make sure that we are good with that, I'm going to invite you, Kenya, on Instagram. We're here on Instagram. We're also here on Twitch and on YouTube. So let us know you see us. Hi, how are you? Kenya, do you see the requests come in from Instagram? Oh, technical difficulties. Okay, we're gonna work through this. Let's figure this out. She has to come back in, so I'm gonna wait for her to come back in and see what's going on, and then we'll go from there. But how's everybody doing as we try to get we're gonna get Kenya back in here. Okay, Kenya's back in there. All right, so we're sending the request again. All right, accept. It accepts and then it goes away, Kenya. It says you left every time it accepts it. I'm gonna do it again. It's like it accepts it. I see it pop up on Instagram and then it goes away. I don't know what's going on with IG. IG doesn't like us. Let's try this again.
What
Maybe because
the
you're a
whole?
celebrity, it doesn't want you to go
I don't
live
know
with
about that.
anybody. Hi, everybody. We're just trying to get us set up on Instagram real quick. So just bear with us and then we'll get right into the live.
It doesn't even show that you're live.
I'm live on Instagram. You know what? I'm going to end the Instagram. Let me end it real quick and I'm going to come right back again. Okay. And then we'll do that one more time. I'm not going to share it. All right.
This is ghetto internet.
That could be it, girl. That could be it. All right, we're going to try one more time. If not, we're going to have the Instagram folks head on over to the YouTube page. Hi, everyone. It's Monica with That's So Monica. We are back again. We're going to get this going, okay? We're going to get this going. We've been testing everything. We are, girl. Be positive. We here. We here. They see you. Okay, Kenya, I see you here. I'm going to request. I'm going to accept the request. Whew.
And you better act right. I'm talking to Instagram.
It put you on and then it said you left. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do, guys. If you are watching on Instagram, I want you to head over to YouTube. Head straight over to YouTube, okay? Please. It's all good. Head over to YouTube. We're live there. You can see us.
Ooh, it says your request was not sent when I tried to do it
again. I'm gonna
again.
accept it again. I don't know why it's not allowing me to go live with you on Instagram. And I don't know.
Come on, Instagram.
But hello, everyone. Okay. You know what, Kenya? Do this.
It's so
Why don't you go
good.
live? You go live on Instagram,
Wait.
and then I'll see if I can accept you, and then that's it. And if it doesn't work, we're gonna just head on here because I know you got to get out
Ah,
into the outside, okay? So we can make this work. Hey,
you
Quana.
trying to send me
Hey,
out
Tammy.
there?
Hey, D. Hey, Shamir.
You're trying to send me out
Let's do this.
there.
Y'all, we're going to just be on YouTube. So head over to our YouTube and Twitch page, okay? We apologize.
Hold on. You didn't even give it a shot
I have.
first.
Okay, okay, yeah.
You
So let
told
me
me
get
to
out of
try it.
mine and then you can try. You go live on Instagram and then I'm going to
Okay.
add you in. Okay, y'all. Have your questions ready, okay? Hey, Carmen. Hey.
Okay,
Okay,
you see
hold
me on
on. Let me
live now.
see. You probably, yes, I see you on live, Kenya. All right. I see you, darling. Now, let me request to join your live. You're so silly, Kenya. You in these faces. Do you see my request? Stop with the faces, girl.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Tamika. Okay, it's working. I see
Did it
something
do it?
circling around my face. Okay.
Okay.
We are.
See, is your Instagram,
Oh,
your
mine
Instagram
Instagram is
ghetto.
ghetto.
Oh,
No.
mine Instagram is ghetto. No.
So do this. Lower your volume on your
So do
Instagram, and
this.
then we're
Lower
gonna
your
get right
volume
into
on your
it
Instagram, and then we're gonna get
on
right
your
into
phone.
it
Wait, but I
on your
can't.
phone.
I don't see your face on my
I'm right
Instagram though.
here.
I don't see you.
I'm at the
I don't see
bottom.
you.
Okay, but we'll get started because I know you got to get out.
Okay, well, we'll get
You
started
don't see
because
me at all? Does anybody see
Huh?
me who's watching? Do you see me on it?
Did I get my tattoo? Not yet. I'm still deciding on what I want.
Okay. So, yes, I can
Okay,
see you.
can you see me?
Okay, we see you both. They see us both. Thank you. All right, so we are live on Instagram, we are live on YouTube and Twitch. We're going to get right into it. So you all know who I have here. This is a part two of our meeting that we had. Our live from last week was really great, and of course I had to get back into it and ask Miss Kenya some questions because we still had so many more. So let's get ready. You got your beverage? Yeah. Okay, she's ready to go. It's 404 weekend or week in ATL. She got a lot of parties and events to go to. So let's start with this one. We're going to talk a little bit about your Sheen and Torrid collaboration. So last time we talked, you shared about your Sheen collab. How has that experience evolved for you since then?
Um, it's been steady. You know, it's like a nice steady relationship where like you don't necessarily see marriage in the horizon,
Okay.
but it's cute. You know, you like them.
Okay.
It's
For
like that.
both Sheen and Torrid?
No real problems. Oh,
Is
Torrid
dead in
is
the
dead in
water?
the water. Torrid is dead
Can
in
we
the
talk about
water.
it?
Torrid, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was, so around the same time that Torrid wanted me to create a collection for them, I started with them
Mm-hmm.
and Shein at the
Okay.
exact same time. I'm talking about I signed one contract a couple weeks before, the next
Okay.
one a couple weeks after. They were also dropping very close
Mm.
to one another. So Tori did not like my relationship with Shein. They did not think that they thought that their audience would not appreciate um, me working with them working with me because I
Oh.
work with them. And so, and so they didn't like it. And baby, they put the lawyers on me
Oh.
like pit bulls, and they were
Oh.
aggressive too, like, and
Oh
yeah, they
my.
were aggressive, very aggressive. And so, very
Oh
aggressive.
no.
So the deal, so the deal was is that you do your little chin stuff, and then just be
Mm.
quiet for a minute. Stop,
Mm-hmm.
just be quiet for a minute, and then um they put the collection out, but they only put it. The collection was
Mm.
only online. They put the collection online, and that was it. And they didn't market it
Mm.
at all. It was one of those,
Yes.
if you knew, you knew. They did zero marketing. They had this one influencer. She
Mm.
killed the photos. So when I say
Yes.
killed the photos, she killed the photos. She did an amazing job. Shout out to her. She did an amazing job. But they posted that one photo. I mean, you
Yes.
had to because it was so good. Like you'd be crazy not to. But yeah, they posted, but they didn't market it. Was
I
it
know
still
that's
sold
right because
out?
that's the power
Because one thing you can't
is the power of
stop.
God. Hello. Hello.
Amen. So yeah, so they stopped it. I mean they couldn't stop it, but it did sell out, and it was good too. I mean they changed a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things because they had they have they thought that they have. They're one of those where like so like they have
Mm-hmm.
done, in my opinion, and I think my opinion kind of
Mm-hmm.
holds a little true. They have done
Mm-hmm.
so well in the
Yes.
space that they're in, and they contribute that to how
Mm-hmm.
good the product is, but it's almost is now. Let's be clear, their
Mm-hmm.
fit is immaculate.
Yes.
They has an excellent fit. They have an excellent fit. They're how they fit, the multiple
Mm-hmm.
times that they fit, how they go through their product and development when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to sampling
Okay.
up here. But the
Mm.
pieces
Don't
just
hit the way they need to hit. Mm-hmm.
uh-uh. I mean, nobody
Mm-hmm.
now their
Okay.
jeans, yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
jeans. But who's going there and been like, I got a hot event. Let's see what
Mm.
they got going on.
Nobody. They're going to
Nobody.
someplace else. Mm-hmm.
Nobody. But and so when you're in a place of okay, well we seem like we're doing good. I have no
Mm-hmm.
reason to change it. You don't make any changes, or you say, oh, like a lot of the things that like I want to do. Oh, you can't do this. Our customer won't like that. Let's
Mm.
change this. Let's change that because our
Okay.
customer won't like this or whatever. It ended up being one of
Mm.
those type of things. So that was kind of frustrating because I'm like, give them some leg, baby. Give them
Something
some,
sexy, not just the
let them shake
yeah,
they
not just the shape, the
shimmy.
shift dress that they think that they can give to all plus size people to wear and think that that's it and change up the
Huh?
colors. Give us shapes, give us styles, give us sexy. Yes, give
Snooze
us all of
festival,
those
okay?
particular things because we want to wear those things.
And
Yeah.
like I am, I have a large
Mhm.
frame here, okay?
Mhm.
Large frame. Large. It's taking up the whole screen. I just, like, you still want to be in
Yes,
something
you
that's
do. You
attractive.
definitely do.
Just because you big does not mean that you are not
Yes, you
fine. Because I'm
are.
fine.
Okay, well, we know you're fine,
I'm
girl. We
fine.
know, and you own every bit of your fineness. So then tell me,
Cause who
hello?
is if I'm
And I think
not?
because you know that, you know exactly how you want a fuller figure woman to dress and what that looks for. And that attributes your
Yes.
success in the clothes and the things that you design and make.
That's why I want to put out. I got so many things that
Mm-hmm.
I want to put out, things that
Yes.
I'm going to put out, because what I've noticed is like, yes, working with other brands and
Mm-hmm.
collaborations is great. The first reason is because, especially when they are a
Mm-hmm.
large scale business, it gives you a
Yes.
different audience, right? These $1 million brands have huge,
Mm-hmm.
huge clientele. So for the exposure
Yeah.
reasons, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For the optics, yes.
Okay.
But for the and too, because
Mm-hmm.
outside of you designing, they
Mm-hmm.
take on all the heavy lifting. So then you ain't doing your
That
own
is
product
true.
and development. You're not worried about production. You don't have to
Yes.
oversee your clothes being made and the same. They doing everything. They coming back to you and be like, okay,
So
is this
let's
what
talk
you
about
wanted?
that.
And I'm like, yep,
Yeah.
that's it, that's it, that's it. So when it comes down to like even with like with both of them at the same time, it's like so my job, like I design, like the design is
Yes.
100% me. Now, when you're working with other brands, because they also is they want to be true
Mm-hmm.
to their audience.
Of
You
course.
want to be true to your audience. So some pieces you may have to meet in the middle and be like, okay, well, my audience might like this, so let's tweak this sleeve, or let's tweak this neckline. Okay, now we meet in the middle. Now both of our audience are
Exactly.
both like that neckline, because before only
Mm-hmm.
your audience will like that neckline, stuff like that. But once you come down to the final design is
Mm-hmm.
yours, the textile design all mine. So I can't, I guess in that you can't say
Yes.
100%, but it's still yours, right? And then you still get to choose your
Mm-hmm.
fabrics, you get to choose your colors, you get to choose all the things, your buttons, your everything. You
Mm-hmm.
choose all of those things. And now, once you say, okay, this is like this, color like this, boom, 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 like that,
Mm-hmm.
you pass it over, and now they about to
Yes.
get it all sewn up. They're gonna market it, put it on their website. They're gonna be doing all the shipping and all that sort of stuff. So you
Yeah.
just sit back and be like, hey,
Yes.
look
And
at
run
what
me
we
my
did
check.
together. That's the
Yes.
good part. But now I'm at like, and I want to do other collaborations with other brands, because like me and
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, our original, I was supposed to do three collections with
Really?
Tori,
So it was just
but
the
it ended up
one. They
it
decided
being
to
one,
not do any more further with you.
which was
Wow.
right, which
Uh-huh.
worked out well because of like, especially
Yes.
with the paycheck, it worked out
Got you.
exactly where
I
it needed to,
understand.
and I'll leave it at that. But with Shein don't
Because
care
they
who I work
know
with. They don't
because
care
they know you're
who.
going to always still bring a good collection and people are going to buy and sell out on those collections. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I say they
Yes.
legit don't care,
Mm.
they don't care. Why? It's because they feel it's like we're gonna be number
Because they
one.
already know. So let me ask this question. If you could collaborate with any fashion brand next, who would it be and why?
Well, so I was actually going to post this
Oh,
actually
are we getting
today.
breaking news?
Um, no, 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 no. I would love
Okay.
that news to break, but but I had so what I one of the things that I wanted to collaborate with, and it could be a Nike, it could be a Lululemon, it could be an Adidas, it could be any
Mm-hmm.
sportswear brand, right? Because I want some legit good, and I'm talking good
Mm.
sportswear, workout clothes, yoga, whatever we want to flip side, upside down clothes
Yes.
for the big body.
Yes.
And more importantly, and very specifically, compression
Yes.
garments. Because, like many, I've had endometriosis
Mm.
surgery, I've had 22
Wow.
fibroids removed, and each one of those surgeries, in my fibroid surgery, I had a C
Mm.
section. So, in each one of those, after each one of those surgeries, I
Yeah.
had to wear that band. Band was like a big hug, and I couldn't go
Mm-hmm.
nowhere without it, because all my organs felt like they was just jumping all
Mm-hmm.
around when I didn't have it on. So when you get dressed, you don't want to wear that band. So I was like,
Yes.
it'll be so dope to have like a super fly
Mm-hmm.
sportswear line where you will have that big wide
Yes.
like waistband, that stretchy waistband, but that waistband also has a
Mm.
built-in compression
That
garment
would be
within
amazing.
it.
So I can definitely see you creating a line like that. So is this something you're putting in? So what's
I did.
happening? What's going on?
I did. I just want
Got
somebody to
you.
pick it up.
So do
It's
you think
already
that
done.
Shein will pick something like that up, or that's not the price point that you're looking to go with? You're looking for a different vendor.
You know what, to be honest with you, it wasn't something that I was going
Okay.
to pitch to
Mm-hmm.
them, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
why not?
Yeah.
Why not? And is a probably 90% chance they'll be
Yeah.
like, let's do
Okay.
it.
Well, you guys heard it here first. Okay. The Kenya Athletic
Why
Leisure
not?
line
But
for the
it's
plus
good.
size. Okay.
Yeah, we needed like a good
Yes.
cause
Yes.
okay, look, I don't have a single sports bra. I don't have a single sports
Mm-hmm.
bra that fits these 38 40 G's.
G.
And I got several sports bras. I just don't have none
Mm-hmm.
that fit.
That fit.
My sports bras, if I can't do a single jumping jack, not one of those sports bras, I can't do it.
That's a problem. That is a
Show
problem.
me
And
a
see,
sports bra with some girl. If you are a 38 40
mm-hmm.
GHF and you got on a sports bra and you're doing jumping jacks, baby, send me the link.
Send the link. Send the link. DM her, DM me, send the link. It's important. I will
Because I
say
ain't got
this.
it. And I
There is
got
an
all brands too.
and there's a need for it. There is a need because even in the sewing community, as home sewist, I'm a home sewist. There isn't an array, there isn't a large array of plus size patterns for us to select or choose from. And then when companies are looking to go plus size, the first thing they say it's very expensive for them to grade up, that size. Or what they're doing is they're grading like this and not with the curves. So then everything now goes up and just starts looking very boxy. And there's nothing that looks appealing at times to the pattern. So as we try to fight for more plus size patterns, more patterns that are inclusive for a variety of different reasons, from adaptive, to also the plus size to tall to short to petite, all of those particular things, I think as home sewists, we know that there's a need for it. So this collection will definitely be a need and something that's warranted. I would definitely say that.
I think it's lazy when companies say about when they talk about grading patterns.
Mm-hmm.
It's lazy, and let me tell you why it's lazy. Because that's
Yep.
the one thing that I would never ever talk bad about Torrid about
Mm-hmm.
is their product and
Yes.
development. The people over there do not play about
Mm-hmm.
how they make
Mm-hmm.
clothes. I don't really love the styles, but them
Mm-hmm.
fit. They have a very, very, very low percentage rate when it comes down to
Yes.
returns. Very
Mm-hmm.
low, less than 10%. Really
Yes.
low, and it's low because the fit is
Yes.
good. And if something fit good, you gonna keep it.
Exactly.
Especially
Exactly.
some good jeans. Let them jeans fit that booty right.
Exactly.
You gonna keep
Exactly.
them.
Okay.
So, but they fit, and I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
multiple times till it's
Yeah.
right. My thing is that it can be
Yes.
done, and the people who aren't doing it is simply just because they don't
That
want
is very
to. Me, I'm a very talk to me very forward, very to the
yes.
point. If you don't want to do it, just say you don't want to do it. I mean, we in the A, so we got 85 South and 85 North and
Yes.
285. I'd be like, don't 285 me with these answers, babies. Take it
Mm-hmm.
straight up 85
Yes.
with me. Say it for what it's
Mm-hmm.
worth. You don't want to
Yes.
do it. And if you don't want to do it, that's
Yes.
okay.
And I see.
But don't sit here and be like, oh, for this reason or that reason. You don't want to
Yes,
do it.
exactly. Okay, so Alex on Instagram is saying this seems to be for the ladies. No, it's not for the ladies only. We're just talking about Kenya's collection that she has. This also applies to men's patterns or men's designs. I think now
Oh, it definitely. Oh, men for sure. Men have the
they
same
do, they
problem.
do, and
The same problem. The big and tall
mhm,
section. Have y'all seen the big and tall
it's
section for
very
men?
limited, and everything looks the
It's
same.
sad.
It's either a polo, a button-up shirt, cargo pants, and a vest and a blazer. Literally, that's it.
And the cut is
Yeah,
terrible. It's like a
yeah,
potato
that
sack
that is, and that's a problem.
with holes in it.
So Kenya, let's do this. I know you gotta go too. So I want to get to some more questions that I didn't get a chance to ask you last week. Someone said, have we heard of
Mhm.
She Fit? No, Sewing Ninja. Have you heard of She Fit?
She fit. No.
Ah, and she liked their fit. She said her
Mm-mm.
daughter is 38 to 40 G, sorry, and she liked their fit. Just G, not GG, sorry. And she liked their fit
Oh,
to she fit. Okay, we're gonna definitely have to check it out.
okay. We'll
I'm
look
gonna
into
write
that
it.
one.
Yeah, and maybe that's something that you could
Shoot
possibly
it.
collab with. Okay, so I want to talk to you a little
Shoot,
bit.
just buy it. True. I need one bad.
So I want to talk to you a little bit about Project Runway and some of that. So looking back, we talked a little bit, but how did Project Runway end up shaping your career? And did it?
Uh, and did it.
Yes.
Mm. That question is more loaded than you think.
Mm.
Okay, so I think in order to be on the show, there is an extensive, and I do mean extensive, I'm talking about hospital stay type thing, surgery. I'm talking about buy your first house, buy your first car, put your child through college type, all that paperwork all into one.
Wow.
Is a lot, right? And they
Mm-hmm.
ask a lot of questions and they prepare you for a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if they would also prepare you or help you, nobody can predict it, but if they could help you prepare for the after,
Mm.
that would set people
For
up
success.
for just prepare you in a way for whatever
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
comes, because a lot comes with it. A lot of negativity comes
Mm.
with it, a lot of praise comes with it, a lot of, because when you're on TV, automatically people are like,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, sh-" I don't know why we think that everyone is on TV is rich. they
That's not
they
true.
ain't.
Mm-hmm.
Heck no, some of your favorite people is living life just like
Hello.
you. They just have, you just see their
That's
faces
right.
more.
That is very, very true.
You'd be
I definitely am
surprised.
not. I see it and I know it for sure. For sure. For sure.
I've made clothes for them. You'd be
Mm, mm.
surprised. And that's not a
No,
diss at all. It's just that we have to start looking at people like regular people and stop putting people on
that is,
pedestals. It's a lot of
yeah,
pressure.
yeah.
That's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
pressure to put someone all the way up here. And it's good to appreciate people for what
Mm-hmm.
they do. It's good to admire like their journey and all that type of stuff. But we're all have we're what they say, like living the human
Yes.
experience. Just regular
Mm-hmm.
old people. And so with that, again, you have a lot of hate, you have a lot of praise. And when you come home, you really don't know what to do with it. You have been
For so
isolated
long.
and
Mm-hmm.
sequestered for
Mm-hmm.
months. And you it's literally like getting out of
Mm-hmm.
jail and having to what they call
Yes.
recalibrate and readjust yourself to
Mm-hmm. You're right.
society, but in a whole new way.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it's like you go to the store and it's like,
Yeah.
it's
Mm-hmm.
weird, right? For me anyway, because I never got used to
Mm-hmm.
that. But you have a lot of people that now they see you, because any stage that big, people are going to start
Mm-hmm.
noticing. So people want to
Yes.
meet you. People want you to come to all the events. Like people just want to parade you all around town
Mm-hmm.
now. Stuff that you've been asking to go to for the last 5 years, now you got an
That is
invitation.
true.
Um, and that gets exhausting because you can't be at 100 places at one time. And then no one teaches you how to, because that fame window closes by the
Yes. So you have to
second.
seize that moment.
No one tells you, yeah, no one tells you or teaches you how to capitalize on those high
Mm, mm.
moments because you're so
Yes.
overwhelmed with all that's happening at one
Mm.
time. So you don't know what to do with
Mhm.
it. People order stuff off your website, and if you're making it yourself, there's only so
Yeah.
many things that you can
Yeah.
make at one
Yeah.
time. So things end up being 2, 3 months down the
Mm.
line, and even sometimes even longer. or you're canceling, you go burnout
Mm,
really really quickly, and then you start seeing it's highs
yeah.
and lows. It's hard for me to really answer this question because there are highs and there are
Mhm.
lows, but I help prepare
Yes.
you, or even just to give you like certain find
Mhm.
this or find that, or people to
Yeah.
help you with this that would help. But
Mhm.
baby, they cut the cord and you'll tell right on home.
Right after that, the fashion show, when you go, that's it.
Mhm.
Mm, that's definitely, I could definitely see that. And I think that there's a need for that because I think it would help. It would help people understand and navigate that, especially if you're new to this. Because one, you were undiscovered, right? You're doing your own thing and then you apply to this show. And then now you're on this amazing platform. And then all of this is hits you at once. And then it like, it's not taken away, but it's taken away in a way. But you kind of have to navigate and work it how you can. Okay.
Yeah, you got to figure it out, and you got to figure it out real real fast,
Mm,
like real fast. You got to start separating like who's the real people, who's down for you, who's
yes.
not, who's trying to like ride your coattails
Mhm.
because you hot for a second. You have to do all
And be
those
discerning.
things.
So let me ask you this about any of the past contestants. Are you still in contact or keep in touch with any of them? And who would you possibly
Yeah,
collaborate
some
with?
yeah, some of them. Wait, you cut out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said, are there any past contestants you would keep in touch with or would love to collaborate with?
Collaborate with, well, me and cousin I, we live in the same city.
Okay.
So that's been my guy since day number one. Like
Mm-hmm.
day one. It's so funny because well, I remember first seeing him, and we could definitely do a collection together. That would be fly. He has a
Mm-hmm.
very interesting eye when it comes
Yes.
down to his fashion. But I remember first seeing him during auditions here in
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, and he was one of the guys that had like all these models. Like he came through with it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm seeing my little garment bag, and I'm like, oh shit. But then when I saw him, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
dang, I was like, who is that?
Yes.
Like, oh Lord. I was like, he's cute.
Look at you.
And then girl, I was like, oh my.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got to so fast forward when we got accepted, now I'm on my way to New
Mm-hmm.
York and I'm in the airport,
Mm-hmm.
and he was sitting at the gate, and I was like, oh shit, I know where he going.
Ah, yeah, he
And
made
then
it.
I sit next to him in the airport, and we both was like, oh, we both know where we going. We both going to New York. And so because of like that right there, he like we became like glued to one another very
Yes.
like the whole time. I was
Some
distraught when he
someone's
my bad.
asking who you're talking about again. Can you mention that? And then
Oh, oh yeah, his name's Cousin I.
cousin I.
So yeah, his name's
Mhm.
Cousin I. So I forgot what number he was when he got eliminated. I'm forgetting.
Mhm. Okay. There's some people
But
saying that they're watching your show, right? They're watching it right now, watching your season, and they sought you out immediately on social media. And
oh,
someone also mentioned that Project Runway needs an aftercare program.
did
Yeah, yeah,
hey man.
yeah, yeah.
And let me tell y'all why I think so. So
Mhm.
most people who have been on there, we kind of, and this from all the different seasons, we kind of have this it's kind of something that we talk about that we don't have to explain between each other,
Yes.
because you're in an environment where you don't have a phone. You get one phone call a week. Like someone's
Mm,
always with you, controlling your this whatever. You wake up, you sew, you sleep. That's
mm,
all you're allowed to do the whole time, right? And you're in these pressure cooker environments for that long. It
mhm.
plays a huge part on your mental.
It does. It
I
does.
mean, a huge part of your mental. And
Mhm.
it's like you're kept quiet when you're not filming because they want
Mhm.
everything to be organic and original.
Yes.
And it's like, and then the camera's on, there's lights, and it's like, and you're supposed to be like, and then you go home.
Mhm.
And then you go home, and then it's like, oh my god, oh my
Yeah.
god, it's a lot. It
It's a
is
lot.
it's a lot, and it does, and like you legit, if you don't go to therapy once you leave there,
Mm.
you messing, you gonna be messed up.
That's some
You're gonna be
insight,
messed up.
Kenya. That's some real good insight, especially for those of us who are on here, those of you who are on here who are aspiring to go on some sort of reality show like Project Runway. Think about some of the things that Kenya's saying. So, Kenya,
You can't
one
be
more
weak.
question.
You gotta be tough.
Mm,
You cannot be weak.
Listen, this is not for the meager. If you were to judge Project Runway for a day, what kind of challenge would you create?
Oh, for a day.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, ooh, I don't know. What type of
You don't know?
challenge would I create? Mm,
Thinks plus size challenge, maybe?
definitely plus size. But I'm
Uh-huh.
thinking about what kind though. Like maybe like a transitional piece where like you took like one piece and it turned to
Uh-huh.
like a day, evening, like lunchtime, one out all in one outfit, but you had to like, but you can only
Yes.
make like one style, and then it something like that.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't know. I would have to
Uh-huh.
think about that. But that would be dope though. They wouldn't want me,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, even the plus size part in it all together, because so many people would choke.
But I think that that's why that would be a fun challenge because it's pushing. We need to see more of that, you know?
Yeah. And I ain't
Yeah.
talking about no 10s and 12s too. I'm talking about some hips with the dips.
Mm-hmm. I know that's right. So, can you walk us through your like production process, like from taking a sketch to a garment right now in the season that you're in? What does that look like?
Oh, because we're doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, what that looks like. So it starts with all the people in here. It's like several different compartments.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now it's the people over here, and they're creating a
Mm-hmm.
spring summer look right here. And then I got people over here, and they're creating a fall coat over here,
Mm-hmm.
right? So she's kind of all over the place, but over
Okay.
here they're working it out. Now, what I'm doing and saying and demonstrating is how I talk to myself, and this
Mm-hmm.
is real time stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The creative process can be strange to watch in person.
Yes.
So once I can get the people in here to make up their mind what they want,
Mm-hmm.
then I then sketch it out. I then sketch it out, and then I turn that sketch over to my technical designer.
Good.
My technical designer turns it into a flat or digital image for me so that I can see what it looks like in full body.
Okay.
More than likely, at the same time, I am also, because I love a print. So I'm also like right now, I am creating a new print right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I also have a designer who helps me create my prints, digitizes them more so.
Yes.
So when I create my prints, I always first I go to um Pantone and seeing what, what's the color trends right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um and then I'm looking at the color trends. I typically don't go exactly with what's trending.
Yes.
I typically go with just simply what I like. I don't really I don't necessarily like to be in the trends per se, but I
Mm-hmm.
also, I really don't care to be exactly relevant either. But I
Mm.
do want to be in the know,
Yes.
and I still want to be, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because trends die, and I don't want anybody to get anything from me that's going to be out of style next month, or next
No.
year.
You
Anything
want
you get from me,
timeless.
I want it to be
Yes, exactly.
timeless.
Okay. So
So
then I have
anyway,
go
create I
uh-huh.
create my textile. I give my Pantone numbers over to my my Pantone numbers to my textile designer. We come together, we have our print. That print then goes
Mm-hmm.
over to the technical designer, which applies it
Yes.
to the actual garments. Now I take that print and that textile design and I send it over to my
Mm-hmm.
pattern maker. My pattern maker, she already knows, she has one of my dress forms. She already knows my size. She already
Mm-hmm.
has my size chart. She knows exactly my sizes. So for like example, what people call like a small through XL. I call
Okay.
mine's 1, 2, and 3. Uh, and she also knows like my scale, so my sizes are 10 to 20. When it comes down to creating patterns, I always create my samples in a size 14 or 16. 14. These new ones are going to be inside. Thing is going to scale up and down in the grading process from that. Once she is
Okay.
done with that first sample that she'll make out of a sample fabric, that sample comes back to me.
Mm.
I can't wear 14. I'm a true 16s, but I have
Hmm.
all my dress forms that we use those, or I have fit models. I have size 14.
Okay.
It is key that models are your perfect size. I
Hmm.
put it on them. If it works, it never works the first time. It's always something that needs to be changed.
Okay.
I We make those changes on those patterns. Once those patterns are done and the corrections are made, we make another sample. And once
Hmm.
that's perfect, then we then digitize those patterns. Those patterns go off to be graded. Once
Okay,
those
good.
patterns are graded, those graded patterns then hold, because it's either they are going to go to a vertical factory which does not need a marker or a tech pack,
Mm.
or if we send it to a straight cut and sew on the US side, then we are going to need a tech pack, and we are going to get neat markers creation at the same time, sending them all the fabrics and supplies that we need. If we're working with a vertical factory, they
Mm.
are sourcing our fabrics for us. They are sourcing our hardwares for
Hmm.
us. They have sent us color cards with the colors and the samples, I mean, and the fabric samples that we can choose from, and then we go from there. And then you make your first retail sample. You take Once that retail sample is done, you get that
Mm.
retail sample, you do a nice little photo shoot with advertising for that retail sample,
Yes.
then you market it, and now your clothes is in production. And okay, I tried to sum that up as best as possible.
No, you did. You know what? You did a great job, because I know it's definitely a longer process than that. She definitely gave that to you in a few
Yes.
seconds, under a minute.
And so
60
many
seconds.
people want clothing brands, and
They
I
do.
have to explain clothing good. Now you can create a brand and you can drop it next month. It may not look like much. Now if you just want to do merch, because I won't say having a merch line is not a clothing brand.
I know what you
It's
mean.
not. We have to start separating the two. But
We
it's
do.
totally cool to have a merch line. I know some $1 million merch lines. Let's be
Mhm.
clear.
Mhm.
But a
Mhm.
merch line from a clothing brand where you have coats and suits and dresses and pants, the process, it
It's
ain't
different.
even night and day, honey. It is century to decade. It
It's
is
different.
different.
And it's not white
A
label
merch
either.
line, no, a merch line, baby. I can tell you 100 companies where you can go buy blanks, and we can get you some transfers and have that sucker up and running in 2 weeks.
Less than that
But clothes,
too.
truly, truly, because
You
we can
know?
order transfers from China, get them suckers in next week. But you're gonna
Hello.
have to pay them extra tariffs though, because y'all president ain't playing with y'all with these
Ooh, that's a whole nother
numbers.
right now. Whew, okay. 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 So let me ask this. How are you
Hmm.
balancing your creativity with the business side of fashion? How are you balancing that?
Um, it can be a toxic relationship at times, but most times
Mhm.
it's a pretty nice dance. You can't have one without the other.
Mhm.
Um, if I'm not creative, then I don't have a business. Um,
Mm.
but I also have to give myself creativity is hard. It's something that you have to let just happen.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm working, two parts of my brain is working on a spring summer piece. The other
Mhm.
part is working on a coat.
Yeah.
I can Would I like both of those designs to be ready today so that we can get the product and development phase going?
Mhm.
Absolutely. To
Yes.
say, because the time is we're running out of time,
Mhm.
but I still can't rush it. At the same
No.
time, I have to let go to things that always slow me down, which I think
Mhm.
I shared before. Like when I am in the creative process,
Mhm.
I can't be on social media all day.
No.
I can't be at home watching a lot of TV, because my subconscious, which is the same subconscious that is trying to create, is now
Yeah.
absorbing all of the TV watching that I'm
Exactly.
doing. So while I'm trying to look at murder mystery or whatever other show, the girls is like, well, wait a minute now, you supposed to be clogging our thoughts up with how we gonna get this coat done. But now all we see is murder mystery.
We're over here thinking
So
about Nancy Drew jackets and stuff.
exactly. So, and I like my designs to be I want my thoughts to be organic, and I want
Yes.
the design to be also organic when I put them on paper,
Mhm.
as opposed to being influenced by things
Mhm.
that I've seen. A little bit of influence, especially if you're looking at things that truly inspire the creativity process.
Definitely.
But if it's just a whole bunch of trash TV,
Mhm.
which I got like a little percentage of me just, girl, you seen that Tyler Perry's Beauty in the Black? I'm like,
Girl.
now Tyler, what the whole hell is the show? But I can't stop watching it. But I'm like, what the whole hell is this?
It's a mess.
I can't stop looking at it though.
Uh-huh.
But but that's how it is. But
Okay.
you can't be creative if
Mhm.
I can't. I'm all now. I do love the business of fashion
Mhm.
way more than I like actually sewing clothes.
Mm.
Yes,
That
I
makes sense.
sewing is therapeutic for me. I can do a lot of
Mhm.
thinking. It is one of the reasons why I've always sewn at night because my phone isn't
Mm.
ringing. I don't have any emails. I don't have any meetings. I don't have any running around. I don't have anywhere to go. And so when everyone else is asleep, I can sew
Mhm.
because you can't get mad at me because my text messages are 30-40 minutes spread apart. I'm sewing, and if every time you text me I have to stop sewing to
Mhm.
respond, when I
Yes.
always say it's so much easier to call me, I can put you on speaker and still do my thing. But if you
Exactly.
want to have a whole text conversation because everyone's a texter now,
Mhm.
then anyway. But I like the idea of sewing at night. But business of
Mhm.
fashion, I think I'm much better at it.
Okay.
Which is why I'm getting into consulting so I can help everybody else's business.
I understand that's right. So, do me a favor. Tell us, we're
Mhm.
going to now pivot to the summer camp for your kids, okay? So,
Okay,
can you tell
okay.
us about your summer camp? What inspired you to start it?
So one day I was sitting I used to have a 2 bedroom apartment all the time because
Mhm.
the other room was always my workroom. But
Mhm.
anyway, about 8 years ago now, I was sitting in my room and I was working on some clothes and I just had this vision that just came over me.
Mhm.
And I actually cried because I was scared of it.
Oh.
Because you know how people used to be like, I had this vision for this. And I'm like, so what, you just had an idea? Like, what's the difference? There's a
Mhm.
difference. There's a difference. There are some things that are God appointed,
Mhm.
and then things that are just ideas. So anyway, I was
Okay.
like, God, you sure you want me to start a nonprofit? I never had any desire to do a nonprofit at all.
Mhm.
Didn't even know anything about it, even how to get started. So anyway, I lit everything that I saw. It went by so quickly. I wrote it all down. I had this notebook. I wrote everything down, and by the time I finished writing, I knew what it looked like. I knew what the colors would be like. I knew the name of
Okay.
it and everything within
Mm.
seconds.
Yes.
I cried. It scared the heebie jeebies out of me. So anyway, fast forward, I've been trying to get it going for many, many years. The biggest
Uh-huh.
problem was always trying to find a building to house this camp.
Yes.
That was always a big
Mhm.
problem. And so, but I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. If it's what God intends for me to have or wants me to do, He'll help me
Mhm.
figure it out. And
Yes.
so last year, it all came together. We had great partners.
Good.
Things legit fell into place the way they were supposed to. So I'm So Fantastic is the name of the camp. It is a 4-week creative camp for kids 9 to 15,
Mhm.
and we teach them all things creative sewing for 4 whole weeks.
Mhm.
And but the one thing that I love the most during camp is what we call our social circle. And in our social circle, our
Mhm.
kids get to talk about why they are so fantastic. So every single morning during
Mm.
they write on their little sticky and they have to say out loud, "My name is Kenya, and I'm so fat. I'm so fantastic because my hair cute today." Or
Yes. Yes.
whatever that them, right? And that over
Mhm.
time they would get so loud with it and so bold with it because
Mhm.
they know that they are that girl.
Yes.
But I our kids to know that whatever they look like, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
however they look, everything about them is uniquely made. And if
Definitely.
they only knew that their individuality is
Mm-hmm.
what makes them fly, not trying to look like her, and her, but
Mm-hmm.
all even the quirky details, that's what makes you an original item. And everything original about you is your superpower.
Exactly.
Like nobody else
Mm-hmm.
can be you. I take so much pride in knowing that can't another person be me.
That is
Nobody
right.
can be me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be them. I wouldn't
That's
want to. I like me so much so that I love staying in my own lane. It is so
mm-hmm.
much fun there. It is so much fun there. I
Yes.
love it. And so we have our kids to do that. But anyway, we have everything broken down from week to week, from our YKK visit
Mm-hmm.
to our partnership. Our first week is YKK. YKK
Mm-hmm.
comes in, teach them all things about zippers. My friend Tangi is a handbag maker. Tangi teaches them how to make tote bags and fanny
Yes.
packs, all that. And then the second week, we have a partnership with Goodwill. They get the
Mm-hmm.
storm Goodwill, kind of Project Runway style. They get the storm Goodwill for 5 minutes, grab a whole bunch of stuff, and throughout the week, they get to make a whole bunch of things because that is our sustainability and upcycle week. The third week, they have textile design that they made. Their textiles come back. They get to make their outfits with their textiles. The fourth week, they're gonna make
Mm-hmm.
a whole new outfit, whatever they want to, and that's also gearing up for
Mm-hmm.
fashion show. And at the end of the
Yes.
4 weeks, they have their own fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a wonderful thing. I cried almost every single day.
Oh,
Just you think that you're gonna teach these kids, but these kids are the kids teach you and they will humble
they
you too.
are.
Like they are so the kids we had were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We actually because the Goodwill keeps us connected with them, so we actually are going to do the Goodwill has an Earth Day fashion show on April 19th, and so we're
Mm.
going to get 500 kids from last year, and we're going to do the we're going to go to Goodwill, get a bunch of stuff, and we're going to do the Earth Day fashion show on the
Oh, that's
19th. So
good. That's good.
we
So
also did their Halloween show. It was my kids killed it.
they doing amazing. So guys, everyone
Killed
who's
it.
watching, it's I'm so fantastic.org. Make sure to follow I'm so fantastic.org on Instagram,
Follow,
on
please. Donate.
yes,
It takes a
and
lot to
donate.
feed them little suckers twice a day. They is greedy. We
So
gotta feed these kids.
you
Fabrics, all this stuff is expensive. So if you can donate, if you can volunteer, if you
mhm,
know anybody, if you want to
yes.
sponsor a kid because you don't have a kid, all the things. I'm so fantastic.org and support us.
So tell us about what does the sponsoring the kids. So there are a lot of sewers in the Atlanta area, and some of them are watching this live on Instagram and also on YouTube and Twitch. So if you are in the ATL, the 404, as you guys deem it, if you are in the Georgia area, please hit up Kenya because she definitely wants to sponsor kids to be sponsored, but then also donate. So tell us what are some of the things that you need besides notions, fabric. What are some of the other things that you need?
People to actually come in there and help teach them. We're going to
Mm,
have like 20 kids, so we need actual instructors. We need bodies in the room. We
mhm,
need people who are, and you don't have to be great because we have our own curriculum, and it's
mhm,
kids, so the curriculum is not advanced. It's very easy things, especially from someone who's been sewing. It's going to be easy for you, but
mhm,
just to volunteer the time, if you know people who have companies, they got a pizza company and they want to feed these kids on Thursday.
mhm.
Because one of the things we do is we feed our kids breakfast and lunch and snacks.
Okay.
So feeding 20 kids every day is costly.
Mhm,
It's very expensive. So yes, anything. So yes, the fabrics, yes, the threads and all those things, but your time
mhm.
is the real gold. If you can
That is true.
volunteer, that would be great. And if you know a underprivileged child who needs this experience and parents can't pay for it,
Mhm.
help them out because we try to
Yeah.
offer scholarships, but we can't offer scholarships unless we have people who have poured into us that we can pour right back out. Because the
Yes.
money that you put into us, it goes right back to our kids.
Mhm. So I put here on the screen. I'm sharing the I'm So Fantastic website, the curriculum. Can you yes? Can you tell us when does it start exactly?
Camp starts June 23rd. and
Okay.
it ends. I think that's July 20
20th.
something like that. Exactly
Okay.
4 weeks,
4
because
weeks. Okay.
we're exactly
Yes.
4 weeks.
Okay, good, good, good. So again, we're putting a charge out. If you're in the ATL area, please, please, please reach out to Kenya on her Instagram. You can message her, and also on I'm so fantastic.org. Reach out, and monetary donations, looking for that. And then we'll see what we can do here in the Dallas area. We got a large group of people. We're having Project Soul this weekend, so we can see what we can kind of put together. And thank you, Purple House Books, for putting it in the chat on Instagram. We appreciate you for holding us down right there. Yes, I'm so
Thank you, Purple House
fantastic.org.
Books.
Look,
Purple
everybody, we
House
got our
Books.
audience, got us. So someone said, where in Atlanta?
Oh, so we are on the west side of Atlanta, but the camp will be off of Fulton Industrial at the
Mm-hmm.
Emma Arts Center.
Yeah.
So we have partnered with them, and we're so excited to be at the Art Center this year. It's such a nice building. So it's going to be
Okay.
off of Fulton Industrial, but right here in Atlanta, and it's going to be really dope. We start very early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay,
I
good.
believe we're going to start around 8 or 9, and then we're going to
Mm-hmm.
wrap up like 4 o'clock, something like that. So it's a good long day.
Okay,
We're gonna wear your
good.
kids
All right. So let me ask you this. Have you had any of your young students from your camp, have any of them surprised you with their creativity?
out. Oh, honey, they call all the time. I can't get rid of them. I can't get rid of them. Like I feel like those are now my kids. They
Um,
try to like gang up on me and be like, Miss Kenya, we want to all have a sleepover at your house.
mhm,
Yes, we have some who always like their parents will like text me and be like, "Oh, look what they made!" Like I'm telling you, I be crying all the time because you never
mhm.
know like what you do and how it is going to expire the next
That
person,
is
especially our
true.
little people. And the
Yes.
fact that, because I said because I always say I'm just a little bald head girl with a sewing machine, right?
Mhm.
But I always be like, okay, God, with the talent that you gave me and the gift that you gave me, how can I give that back to somebody else in the best way?
Yes.
And I think
Mhm.
that that is how that came about. And to see our young kids that were in camp, that
Mhm.
I cannot get rid of these kids, and to see
Yes.
like the things that they're continuing to do, and
Mhm.
especially with our partnership with the Goodwill, and how, again, they invited us to be a part of their Halloween fashion show, and now they
Yes.
invited us to be a part of their Earth Day
Mhm.
fashion show. So it's always keeping our kids involved, because we also have an intermediate level curriculum for our old students who are now, so they are
Yes.
super psyched about that. But to see what the impact that I've
Mhm.
had on them, and in return on me,
Yes,
is
that is so
priceless.
good.
It
So
is
someone said that
priceless.
they bought so many patterns and fabric at Joanne. So I think maybe they want to either donate possibly. Matt over here has some fabric that
Mm.
he's interested in donating to ship there. So we're going to put together a nice box from Dallas Project. So
Oh wow.
we'll go ahead and put something together for you with some fabric and some notions and some things that we
Thanks, Matt.
have. And then Tania says that's the best part of teaching. And then Mia says she wished she lived in Atlanta so she can join and come help teach. Okay, so I have some fun
Well,
fire.
listen,
Go
just send
ahead.
all your good love. We'll feel it.
We're going to send everything. So I have some fun and rapid fire questions as we get towards the end, because I know you're about to go
Okay.
out. Okay, these are just
Yeah.
some fun. We talked about what your favorite fabric was to work with, so we're not going to discuss
Okay.
that. What is your dream? Who would be your
Okay.
dream celebrity or your dream celebrity client to dress?
You asked me that the last time.
I did. You know what? I did ask you that. Okay, you know what? Give me one second. You know what? I
I'm
did
not
ask you
changing my
that.
answer.
No, don't change your answer. Okay, hold on. I did. I just thought about that. I'm like, you know what? I have the same that part of my questions were the same. Okay. So, let's go real quick back to the camp. People can donate monetary,
Hmm.
notions, sewing tools, all of that stuff, and then the kids
Yes.
get to create, and you help them sort of create a collection for the 4 weeks that they're in there. Different
Yeah.
activities. Is that correct? Okay.
That is correct.
Okay. And why do you think it's important to teach sewing to the next generation?
I feel like it's been becoming a lost art, kind of.
Mhm.
Like, remember we used to have home ec in high school,
We
and they don't even do that
did.
no more. It's rare that you see a school that teaches any type of, like, unless it's like an art school, like cooking or like creating things. Like, we all should be able to put a button on our clothes.
That is
They're
true.
basic.
That is very,
But
very true.
I think it's just one of the things that was needed. Well, in my school we didn't have it. They did have cooking class. We had home ec that was just cooking. But we had fashion merchandising when I was single-handedly
Mm-hmm.
changed and saved me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think they're just more options. I mean, I have so many young people that want to sew.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a lot of, I always say, because I know that all the kids that come through my camp will not be designers, but I also feel like all things creative bring out all things creative.
That
And
is
it just
true.
sparks something. You just never know what direction they'll go
Mm-hmm.
into, but just being in a creative space is
Yes.
healthy.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, exactly. All right. So this is the time where I take some questions from the audience. If you have any questions for Kenya, please go ahead and ask them. This again was part two of our first interview, which is actually stored on our YouTube page. You can head to my YouTube page at That's So Monica to watch it, to hear all of the shenanigans and everything from last week. And this one was sort of just a follow up some additional questions that some people and I had that, I was just curious to know. So ask away. Someone said it's sad it's fading for schools. Yes, it is sad that it's fading from schools.
Really
Hopefully
sad.
they'll bring it up. Okay, so Tania said yes, it's huge for their self-esteem, definitely.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is your time. If you have any questions at all, any burning questions that you may have had for Kenya that you never got a chance to ask, or I didn't ask. I thought I asked some really good questions last week and this week. But if you feel
Uh-huh.
that you want to ask a
I
question, go
mean, do
ahead.
you have any more questions for me?
I wanna I always have questions. I mean, I want to know the TT. What
What?
I
Okay,
want
what
to
other
do is
thing
I
you want
want
to
to
know,
be
girl? Real
I
quick,
want
what
to
you need to
no
know?
because I'll come to Atlanta so that we can sit and we can have another like a live shindig after hours because I know you like to sew at night. You like
And
to.
do.
Yeah, so after dark, and then I need to come hang out with you for the 404
Ooh, sewing
party.
after dark.
Yes, we do that with sorority, but we need to come on have a sewing after dark and invite Christian, okay? Because I really want to see y'all two's into action. Okay,
Yes.
someone said, "What was the best part about being in the? What's the best part about being in the fashion world?"
For me is that I can just do me on my own terms,
Mm-hmm.
unapologetically.
Okay.
I am a very, I always say like I'm the president of the weird club. I
Mm.
just think that I don't fit in any boxes. And
Hmm.
I feel like when you are trying to, like, in the world is almost like they make you fall somewhere, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to conform to nothing. I just want to do me how I want to do me, when I want to do me, how I want to do me.
Yes.
And that's what I like.
Yes. Oh no, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I can definitely see that. Let's see. Oh, where can people shop your designs now? Someone is asking.
Website is under construction, honey, because we trying to
Mm-hmm.
get a whole new, we trying to look fancy.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I can show you. I've been meaning to do that this week too. It's like let people know
Mm-hmm.
because I have so much inventory that I need to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
Because my space is a big space, but it's not big enough for all the stuff in here, and
Mm-hmm.
especially with new stuff that will be arriving.
Yes.
But we have a lot of things. We have our love suit, we have baseball caps, we have dresses, we
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of things. But give me a minute to get this website back together.
Yes.
Um, but I will be, if you go through or follow, like especially like Sylvia Miley, or go to the links in my bio, it
Mm-hmm.
takes you to where a lot of stuff is.
Okay.
Of course, you can always go to Shein and buy that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but for to shop with me directly,
Yes.
I can just, I need to put it up so people can see because I can't
Yes.
expect for people to spend their money with me if they don't know what I got.
Well, I know you got something green coming out very soon.
Huh?
because you teased
What?
that you have something green coming out very soon because you teased that last week.
Oh, that bag.
Uh
Oh,
huh.
it's gag worthy too, honey. It's so good.
Do you have it
Ooh, I've
right
been
here?
listen. No, honey, it's on the
Okay.
way. I've been stalking that tracking number. I mean,
That
ooh,
we
because I
can't
will
wait.
stalk a tracking number, honey. I will stalk
Yes.
a tracking number.
Well, tell
I
us
have been.
about it.
So it is my play on the infamous bag that everybody wanted from out.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had to have it. I'm like, how come Coach get to have all the fun?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I want it like this. It's very similar, but I want it like
Mm-hmm.
this. I want it like this, and I want it in this color. And I just asked. I'm at a place where now, like, I don't want to put out anything else that nobody
Yes.
wants. I did that before, and I sat on a lot of
Mm.
inventory. And so I want to be more transparent moving
Yes.
forward and just simply say, hey, do you like
Yes.
this? Will you support
Mm-hmm.
this? Well, what color do you want?
Yes.
And so and getting that feedback because it's priceless to get that type of feedback and to get those answers because ultimately, the people who follow me are going to be the ones who are going to be spending their
That
precious
is true.
dollar on the
That is true.
product. So it's important for me to get that feedback and invite them into the process. Like, this is what we're doing, this is where we
Mm-hmm.
at. Because that's something I want to do. I want to be more transparent about the
Yes.
process. This is what it's taken. I think, especially when it comes down to when I start putting these clothes
Mm-hmm.
out, and I think that's also because that's a whole nother conversation about plus size clothes and why they are is a reason. And I want to have more conversation about why companies aren't
Mm.
making it the process that it
Yes.
takes, all that type of stuff, because it can't. Let's be very clear though. It can be
No.
done. It can be
It
done.
can.
It can be done. It can be
Definitely
done.
can.
Is the process different? Yes. It does. It take more time and patience.
Mm-hmm.
It does, because understanding that it's easy to make a pattern in a size two because the majority of size two have minimum body
Mm-hmm.
fat and they all can basically
Yes.
fit it. But when you talk, because we did an event called it's called the it was a fit, Lord have mercy. We had a fit event where basically we invited 100 women to come in here to
Mm-hmm.
get fitted because we were so intrigued by why there are literally over 75 versions of a size 16.
Wow.
And you talking about taking, okay, I got this one
Mm-hmm.
dress and I want every variation of a 16 body to fit it
Mm-hmm.
good. That's a
That
challenge.
is.
That's a challenge because think about it. When you got small sizes, that's minimum body
Mm-hmm.
fat, right? So when you're talking about a body that's just
Mm-hmm.
like this, you can make a dress and a good 85 to 90% of them are gonna can fit it with no alterations
Exactly.
needed.
But not everybody.
Now look at a body
Mm-hmm.
like mine.
Mine. Mm-hmm.
I fit a size
Mm-hmm.
16. The average now I'm a 16, but 16 look a lot
Mm-hmm.
different for the next person to the next person to the next
Yes.
person. So you're talking about trying to make something that's also gonna fit me, fit you, fit her, and fit
Hello.
her. It's hard to do. So we had a fit event and we invited all the bodies to come in here to
Mm-hmm.
get fitted. I'm gonna tell you who else has good
Who?
science too. Alvanon.
Who?
Alvanon dress
Alvin.
forms.
Alvin.
Alvalon.
Mm.
They're a dress form company. They go from different events to
Mm-hmm.
different events with this technology that they have, and all they're doing is fitting
That's
bodies.
good. That is
They
so
go from
good.
event to event, and this is how they come up with their dress forms. Like my Alvanon form that I
Mm-hmm.
have, she got rolls on her back, honey.
Wow.
These are some of the best dress forms ever.
Really?
But they have, and I use that. You can go to their site and you can see the science of what is a 16, what is an American standard 14. And crazy enough, the average American body is a
That is
16,
very true.
which is so mind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the average woman in America is a
Yes.
16, which is so crazy how so many brands stop
That
at
is true.
10.
10. That's exactly what it is.
10,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
12 at
Yeah.
most.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but the science
Mm-hmm.
say
Yes,
16.
exactly.
So who buying it? I tell you who ain't buying it, me, because I can't fit it.
Well, Kenya, on that note, because I know you have to go and you know you and I can sit and talk for a long time. I want to thank you all for Those of you who are watching on Instagram, for those of you who are watching on YouTube and Twitch, I want to thank you all for being here and joining us on part 2 of our conversation. And you never know, you may see a part 3, but in person in the A. Did I do that right? In the A.
Listen, it's for a full week, honey. You gotta come
I
correct
know.
now. Like, don't do that.
I did it right. In the A. I did it.
It's for a full week. Come
Oh,
on now.
404. How am I supposed to do it?
No, don't do that.
Oh,
Just
okay,
say
don't
it.
even
Don't
say
do
the
that.
A.
Don't do
Okay.
that.
I'm doing all the gang signs, don't even know it. Okay. Shoot.
Put your hands down.
Okay. To beat you into 404.
404. Yes, in the A, baby.
404.
You gotta come to the A.
404 in
We're
the
gonna have some
A.
wine and we're gonna make some clothes. We still
Yes.
gotta make that bag online though.
We
Don't
do
forget.
have to make the bag. So tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me right here at Kenya Molly on Instagram. You can follow my brand Sylvia Molly on Sylvia Molly Instagram, and you can support us and follow us the summer camp and I'm So Fantastic on Instagram, and then you can support us on I'm So Fantastic.org. So I'm So Fantastic Instagram, I'm So Fantastic.org, Sylvia Molly, and Kenya Molly. But if you just go to one, there's links for all the others, so it's okay.
Yes, and I'm putting it all up on here. These are all of her Instagrams. Make sure to follow. Okay. And if you're on Instagram, make sure to follow all of those. Kenya, thank you again for taking the time to meet with me, girl. I really appreciated it. Enjoy your evening. Make sure you save the live on IG.
Oh, yes.
And collaborate with me since you started it. And we'll figure out it for next time. Thank you all for watching.
Okay.
You all have an amazing night. Thank y'all.
Bye.